Have you ever had one of those days? You walk into a room and completely forget why you're there. You struggle to find a simple word that's right on the tip of your tongue. You feel like your mind is running through a thick, heavy fog. We often brush it off. I must be tired, we say. I'm just not as sharp as I used to be. But what if that brain fog isn't just a feeling? What if it's a sign, a clue that something incredibly important, something that's supposed to happen every single night, isn't getting done? For centuries, we believed sleep was just our body's time to rest, to power down and recharge. But in the last decade, a team of scientific detectives, using incredible new technology, discovered a hidden world of activity that happens inside our heads while we're dreaming. They discovered that our brain has a secret. It has its own private automatic dishwasher, a powerful cleaning system that turns on only after we've fallen into our deepest sleep. And the most important story we can tell you today is this: if you don't get enough of the right kind of sleep, that dishwasher never runs. The gunk builds up and the fog gets thicker. Chapter 1. The old story of sleep. For most of human history, sleep was a great mystery. It seemed like a total waste of time. Our ancient ancestors were vulnerable to predators when they slept. Even in the modern world, we see it as a pause button on life. We have to stop working, stop learning, stop doing, just to sleep. For a long time, scientists weren't much help. Their best guess was that sleep was just a way to save energy. The body powers down, the brain goes quiet, and we recharge our batteries like a phone plugged into the wall. It was seen as a passive state, a quiet, dark theater where nothing much happened. They knew it was important, of course. They knew that without it, we couldn't function. But they didn't really know why. The true purpose of sleep was one of biology's greatest unsolved cases. That is, until a brilliant scientist named Dr. Maiken Nedergaard and her team of researchers decided to peek behind the curtain. They didn't want to just study the sleeping brain. They wanted to watch it, live, and in real time. And what they found would change our understanding of sleep and brain health forever. Chapter 2. A peek inside a living brain. Imagine being a detective with a brand new tool, a magic magnifying glass that lets you see things no one has ever seen before. That's what Dr. Nedergaard's lab had. Around the year 2012, they used a cutting-edge technology called two-photon microscopy. It allowed them to look deep inside the brains of living mice while they were actually sleeping. What they were looking for was the flow of fluid. Every brain is bathed in a special clear liquid called cerebrospinal fluid, or CSF for short. For a long time, scientists thought this fluid was just a cushion, a sort of shock absorber to protect the brain from bumps. But when the researchers looked at the brains of sleeping mice, they saw something that made their jaws drop. The flow of this fluid wasn't just a gentle little trickle. As the mice fell into a deep sleep, the fluid began to surge through the brain in powerful, rhythmic waves. It was moving with purpose. It was washing through the brain's deepest corners. And even more shocking, they saw that the brain cells themselves were physically changing. As the mice slept, their brain cells actually began to shrink by as much as 60%. Why would they do that? It was a clue. The shrinking cells were opening up the spaces between them, making the channels wider. It was like a bustling city where all the cars suddenly shrink, making the streets wide open. Wide open for what? For the cleaning crew. Dr. Nedergaard and her team had just discovered one of the most important systems in the entire human body. They called it the glymphatic system, and it is, for all intents and purposes, the brain's dishwasher. Chapter 3. How the dishwasher works. So how does this incredible machine keep our brains sparkling clean? The process is a beautiful three-step dance that happens every single night, but only if we let it. Step 1. The trash piles up. First, you have to understand that your brain is the busiest, most energy-hungry organ in your body. All day long, your brain cells are firing, talking to each other, creating thoughts, memories, and actions. And just like a busy factory, this work creates waste products. One of the most famous of these waste products is a sticky protein called beta-amyloid. If that name sounds familiar, it's because it's the exact same sticky gunk that clumps together to form the infamous plaques found in the brains of people with Alzheimer's disease. This and other metabolic trash piles up between your brain cells all day long. Step 2. The wash cycle begins. This is where the magic happens. When you finally fall into a deep, restful sleep, the brain gives the signal. The glymphatic system kicks into gear. Your brain cells shrink, opening up the floodgates. Then the brain pumps that special cleaning fluid, the CSF, into these newly widened channels. It surges through the brain tissue in a powerful wave, washing through all the nooks and crannies. This isn't a gentle rinse, it's a power wash. The fluid actively collects all the sticky beta-amyloid and other toxic gunk that has been piling up all day. Step 3. Taking out the trash. The cleaning fluid, now full of all that collected waste, needs somewhere to go. The glymphatic system cleverly directs this dirty fluid out of the brain and into the body's regular lymphatic system, which is our body's garbage disposal network. From there, the trash is eventually filtered out by the liver and kidneys and removed from the body for good. The dishwasher has run its cycle. The brain is clean, refreshed, and ready for a new day. It's a perfect system, but it has one very big catch. Chapter 4. The catch. The dishwasher's secret on switch. Here is the single most important part of this entire story, the one piece of wisdom that could change your brain health forever. The glymphatic system, the brain's dishwasher, is not on a simple timer. It has a very specific on switch, and that switch is only flipped when you are in stage 3 sleep, also known as deep sleep, not light sleep, not REM sleep when you're dreaming. Only in the deep, slow-wave delta sleep stage does this cleaning cycle happen. This is a shocking revelation. It means if you are not getting enough deep sleep, the dishwasher never turns on. Imagine never running the dishwasher in your kitchen. The dirty dishes would just pile up day after day, getting stickier and dirtier. That is exactly what happens in your brain. If the wash cycle doesn't run, that toxic, sticky beta-amyloid and other gunk is left behind. One night of poor sleep, and you wake up with leftover trash. That's brain fog. That's feeling slow and forgetful. But when this happens night after night, year after year, the gunk builds up to dangerous levels. Scientists now believe that this nightly buildup of brain trash is one of the primary reasons why poor sleep is so strongly linked to a higher risk of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Your brain is trying to clean itself. It's trying to protect itself. But we have to give it the chance. And in our modern world, there are villains everywhere trying to rob us of our deep sleep. Chapter 5. The villains of deep sleep. So who are these saboteurs? Who are the crafty villains that sneak in and prevent our brain's dishwasher from turning on? Let's unmask the 3 most common culprits. Villain number 1, the blue light bandit. This villain is glowing on a screen in front of you right now. The blue light from our phones, tablets, and televisions is a master trickster. It fools our brain into thinking it's still daytime. This light signals our brain to stop producing melatonin, the natural hormone that tells our body it's time to sleep. Using screens an hour or 2 before bed is like shining a flashlight in your brain's eyes and telling it, "Don't you dare get sleepy." Villain number 2, the midnight feaster. A late night snack, a glass of wine, or a heavy meal too close to bedtime might feel relaxing, but it's a disaster for deep sleep. When you eat or drink alcohol late at night, you force your digestive system to go to work when it should be resting. This raises your core body temperature and your heart rate, preventing your body from descending into the cool, calm state needed for deep sleep. Your body is busy digesting, not cleaning your brain. Villain number 3, the worry monster. This is perhaps the most powerful villain of all. Stress, anxiety, and a racing mind are the enemies of deep sleep. When your mind is churning with the worries of the day or anxieties about tomorrow, it keeps your brain in a state of high alert. It's like trying to sleep while a smoke detector is beeping. Your brain simply can't relax enough to enter that deep, restorative state where the cleaning happens. Chapter 6. How to turn on your dishwasher. So how do we defeat these villains? How do we become the hero of our own sleep story and make sure our brain's dishwasher runs a full, powerful cycle every single night? The good news is, the solutions are simple, timeless, and completely free. First, greet the sun. The secret to great sleep tonight actually starts this morning. Go outside and get 10 to 15 minutes of direct sunlight in your eyes as early as possible. This powerful light hits a special sensor in your eye and sends a loud, clear signal to your brain's master clock. It says, "The day has begun." This one simple act helps to perfectly time the release of melatonin 14 to 16 hours later, right when you need it. Second, create a power down hour. An hour before your desired bedtime, it's time to prepare for sleep. This isn't just about avoiding screens. It's about creating a ritual that tells your body the day is over. Dim the lights. Read a physical book. Listen to calming music. Take a warm bath or shower. The goal is to lower the noise of the world and the chatter in your mind. Third, make your room a cave. Your brain wants 3 things for great sleep: cool, dark, and quiet. Turn your thermostat down. Use blackout curtains or a sleep mask to block out every bit of light. And if you have disruptive noises, use a fan or a white noise machine to create a consistent, calming soundscape. Epilogue. The new story of sleep. For centuries, we saw sleep as lost time, a necessary inconvenience. But now we know the truth. We know the incredible story of what's really happening inside our minds. Sleep is not a pause. It is the most active and important maintenance you can possibly do for your brain. It is a biological superpower. It is the time when the guardians of your mind come out to wash away the dangers of the day, protecting your memories, your clarity, and your future. It's a story that unfolds every night. And by embracing these simple pieces of wisdom, you become the author, ensuring that every chapter ends with a clean, refreshed, and ready mind.